From new, exciting partnerships to the return of the OGs, there are lots of reasons why the dojo could remain open in Season 6. Starting with the classic, Cobra Kai never dies. Since the beginning of the show, the Cobra Kai dojo has been the center of attention, and with good reason. They went from being the heroes to the villains real quick, and now they're the biggest problem facing Johnny, Daniel, and their students. But with Terry Silver getting arrested in the Season 5 finale, it seemed like the threat was finally over. Hooray, right?
Never thought I'd see the day when Silver was finally in handcuffs.
Given Raymond Porter's revised statement, Mr. Silver's facing a litany of charges. That man's lawyers are going to be pretty busy.
Well, not so fast. There's a possibility that the Cobra Kai dojo could still be causing problems for everyone until the end of the series. Remember when Silver met Sensei Kim at the airport in Season 5? He offered her 50% ownership of the dojo and called her his business partner.
I'm offering you full autonomy to test my students your way. Just one of the many perks you'll have as my business partner in Cobra Kai.
So even if Silver is out of the picture, Kim could still keep the dojo open for business. And knowing how much Cobra Kai means to her, that's definitely a possibility. But here's the thing, Silver's arrest cost Cobra Kai a ton of its students. Even Kyler, the biggest jerk in the dojo, was trying to distance himself from it. So it's not going to be easy for Kim to maintain a student roster. But hey, anything is possible in the world of Cobra Kai. Kim could try to bring in new students and win back those who left by proving that her Cobra Kai is different from the one run by Silver. And she already has the perfect reason to rebuild the dojo. Kim Da-eun has really given Johnny and Daniel a run for their money. In Cobra Kai Season 5, Kim is the new sensei at the Cobra Kai dojo, recruited by none other than Terry Silver himself. And as it turns out, she's no pushover.
And how do you suggest we do that?
Give them some real competition. The leaders will rise, or they will crumble.
Kim comes from a long line of Karate Kid connections. Her grandpa taught both John Kreese and Terry Silver, so she's got some serious pedigree. But it's not just her bloodline that makes her a force to be reckoned with. In a scene with Tori, Kim shows that she's just as capable of being a cruel sensei as any of the others. But now that Silver's been arrested and Cobra Kai's students have all left, it'll be up to Kim to keep the dojo alive. Sure, she's got her work cut out for her in terms of recruiting new students and winning back those who left. But with a spot in the tournament already secured, she's got a clear goal in sight. And who knows, maybe she'll even surprise us with a few tricks up her sleeve.
You beat the Larissa girl before. Make this fight quick.
Although her plans of dominating Silver may have been cut short, there's still potential for her to return and cause some more trouble. And there's nothing that can be done about it, because Johnny now runs Eagle Fang. Johnny just can't catch a break when it comes to his dojos.
Welcome to Eagle Fang Karate.
In Cobra Kai Season 6, he finds himself in a bit of a pickle with his unconventional Eagle Fang dojo. Sure, they held their own against Cobra Kai and Miyagi-Do, but they don't even have a permanent location to call their own.
This park will be our new dojo. Because you don't need a dojo to be a dojo.
He could try to get his old Cobra Kai dojo back, but let's be real, that place has some seriously bad juju attached to it. Johnny may just decide it's time to start fresh and move on from the past. And who can blame him? After all the pain and trauma he's gone through with Kreese's karate school, it may be time for Johnny to embrace the new and leave the old behind.
Remember, side, side.
You know, I could have this finished in 2 minutes with a paint sprayer.
Then you'll be missing the point of the lesson.
Besides, to be honest, Johnny has put a lot of blood, sweat, and beers into Eagle Fang. It may not have its roots set just yet, but it's been a far more positive experience for Johnny. Plus, he and Daniel could combine their dojos too.
Begin a new era. Many of us used to be enemies, but rivalries don't need to last forever.
Let's be honest, Johnny could stick with Eagle Fang, but the show's literally called Cobra Kai, so it's a pretty safe bet that the old dojo will play a big part in the story's conclusion, and it wouldn't really make sense for him to just abandon it to his enemies. One possibility is that Johnny and Daniel team up to create the ultimate karate super school. They've finally buried the hatchet, so it's not too much of a stretch to imagine them working together to train the next generation of martial arts champions, especially since they already kind of work together anyway. Of course, that's assuming they can actually agree on anything, which is a pretty big assumption considering their past history. But they've already proven that their contrasting teaching styles can be complementary, so who knows? On the other hand, they might decide to keep their separate dojos but work together in some kind of cooperative arrangement. After all, there's no reason they can't be friendly rivals instead of bitter enemies. Speaking of enemies, who's going to be the new villain of the next season? Well, the show doesn't necessarily even need a new villain if you ask me. The Sekai Takai is on the horizon, and with it comes a world tournament that promises to put our favorite characters against fierce competition. I mean, if we're talking about the World Championship, you know it's going to be intense. Sam, Robbie, and Miguel have grown so much since their early karate days, and their motivation to win is stronger than ever. They don't need some evil villain like Silver or Kreese breathing down their necks to push them to their limits. They're already committed and have come too far to let anything stop them from taking the World Championship. And with all the battles they've endured, it's safe to say they're more than ready for this challenge. Sure, it would be weird to have Cobra Kai without a villain, but the upcoming tournament provides plenty of opportunities for conflict. Imagine Johnny and Daniel's students battling it out with some of the world's top karate fighters. That's some serious drama right there. And let's not forget about Chosen's students, who'll undoubtedly add another layer of competition to the mix. But if they do end up using a villain, it should be Kreese or Silver again.
Well, 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 look who's here. You know exactly what you did.
Okay, so while Cobra Kai doesn't necessarily need a villain to stir up trouble anymore, that doesn't mean they can't bring back the old villains for one more round of troublemaking. And let's face it, with Silver and Kreese, there's always more trouble to be had, especially since Silver isn't in prison yet. His return could explore what happens when a villain like Silver finally loses, and trust us, it won't be pretty. As for Kreese, he's still on the run, and probably isn't going to get a warm reception if he does come back. But his nothing-to-lose mindset could make him even more dangerous than ever before. Not to mention, Kreese still wants revenge. He may have played a sneaky role in taking down Silver, but that's not going to be enough to satisfy him. Nope, he's going to want to get his hands dirty in Season 6 and personally take down his former partner in crime. I mean, it's not like Kreese has anything else going on in his life now that he's a fugitive, right? And it's not just Silver that Kreese has a bone to pick with. Oh no, Johnny and Daniel are also on his hit list. Those two have been deceiving Kreese left and right, and he's not going to let that slide. His comment to Tori about taking care of Johnny is just a taste of what's to come. I'm not saying Kreese is going to straight up murder anyone, but he's definitely going to make their lives a living hell. And that's exactly how Cobra Kai could return in Season 6.